Hi. I'm so trying not to be not rebellious, but repellent. Those look, listen class of influencers that we're all dealing with now. They all look the same. They all talk the same. They all pitch the same. They are completely rewired already to be constantly winning. They win at the open road, the open highway. Yeah, they get like 10 steps to figure out. They get them and then they just run with it. And they are the common influencer now. They are everywhere. Fully okay with the fact that they don't have to say anything and we're going to be okay with it. I hate to say that is not human intelligence. It's not human conscious development. It is really tough to stomach. That is for sure. It has been such a brutal assault lately. I can only imagine if you watch mass media, check social media, just try to get news, try to stay informed, try to stay engaged. What a joke that has become. I'm trying to look for evidence about what I'm seeing represented on screen in reality, but alas, I can't. Or I'd have to admit, there's the reality of the situation and then there's the projection of the situation. Projections in the three major centers, USA, Canada, and Britain, who are primed to take this next upgrade on. And again, it's just another fucking upgrade. And none of it was broken in the first place. It is what it is. We could have got somewhere with it, but instead of stopping for a minute, organizing ourselves around communicating, developing, realizing, learning to project, learning to summarize, all this stuff that we could have done, we're just getting force fed. And right now we're supposed to believe that everything up private. Okay, so Alberta took a tantrum. Instead of taking this tax money, trying to help other people get on developing and help the United Nations be a beacon of shared information, we had to turn because Alberta was throwing a fit. Never mind the eastern oil assets or the uranium and the natural gas and all the things that the rest of the country has. Alberta was pissed because they make more in oil than us. So anyway, sorry, what about the eastern oil? What about the fucking uranium? What about that? I'm not going there. Anyway, the oil industry gets tanked. The NAFTA thing happens, which paves the groundwork for Alberta joining the U.S. to give U.S. an open pipeline to the north, which is what this has been all about in the first place. Everything is about developing singular trade routes with these guys. And unfortunately, we found ourselves in their path. We definitely found a nice fucking whisper to Alberta that turned into the great American highway to the north. And in a way, it's going to be great to watch them fall for this because they were traitorous in the 80s. Alberta started whining about having to share with other provinces because they figured they made more in their head. Certainly not in this climate, maybe back then. But they got swayed by the US to whisper and go under and become globalist and become private. And then the failures started happening. Again, the allegations first that the bureaucracy could never work, the staff could never be trained, people are criminal, people are idiots, the rollout of the technology, the robotization of all of it, the failure behind the COVID to implement this digital ID, and now the fucking move to Genmo in the humans. Gee, what could possibly go wrong with that? But you're a group of genocidal maniacs. Like, what about the 2/5 that you intend to harm? You're still going to intend to harm those 2/5 of people. It can all still be traced through the bloodlines, but you're upgrading these classes, shrinking the world. Can you please just take 1/5 of the planet? Let us keep something somewhere. It doesn't have to be Canada. It doesn't have to be the UN. Imagine me sitting here today thinking I'm about to lose my country. finally. It only took 25 years, but we wiped it off the planet because we never let it speak again. We just bombarded the shit out of it and gouged the shit out of it, gaslit the shit out of it. So we're the fentanyl fucking dealers. America and China get together and accuse Canada of dealing fentanyl. Sure, buddy. Again, you're running your tracks of immigrants to the north through us, and they're carrying your fentanyl, but it's not us. It's all you've made out of immigration once you privatized. You suck. Okay, immigration failures across the board, grooming. You wish you were grooming these kids. Remember in the 80s when 1 million American kids a year were going missing? Or is that blockchained in? Is that something that has been blockchained in? We don't even know if that's history or not, because I don't remember it being reported at the time. But then yet I quite kind of remember hearing about it in grade 4. So this is like 40 years later, and we still haven't figured out if Hollywood is eating flesh or not. Like, anyway, as we move towards disclosure, because this thing is falling apart to the extent where the last ditch will have to be invoked by this agenda of the anti-intelligence, housing consciousness in robots so it can perpetuate forever. It's Crusader. It's been here since the Jews had Moses. It has something to do with the supremacy of that region. No, it just killed off the Moses. It killed off the Christians. It killed off the Islams. Killed off the we're bringing in a Tsar. Killed off the Orthodox. It killed off the Druid. It killed off the witches. It killed off the prophets. It killed off the poets. It killed off the artists. It killed off the just everything, the education system then, and the medical system, and then just killed it all off. Just a fucking nightmare. Like the lack of accountability, the lack of concern for the nature of their surrounding, just the brouhaha associated with these low lives, just like vibing so low. It's like scum. It's like scum on the forefront. Again, we are going to be addressing the waste problem. We are going to be addressing the plastic problem. But we don't have a carbon argument that means that we have to give up oil right now. Or concentrated solar energy is the only thing we need. I can't see why we would need any energy beyond it. We've got so much possibility with solar energy. Everybody shares it equally. Everybody can install this tiny little disk that will generate power for all of it. And it just concentrates enough energy. And that's yellow energy. It's solar. It's fire. It's fine. And it works. So of all the types of energy there is, that one's universal. So no one has to import their basics anymore. Just the way that the West has gone throughout the world and just stole and just deserted the poverty class. Never mind what they do when they go off and create trade deals in the Middle East and both sides pretend to war each other and shit. So we can point fingers back and forth and never figure out what happened. Court system, you failed us. That you were supposed to correct that, whether you admit it or not. 1 degree holders and happy with it. Imagine being that satisfied as a human. So ultimately, thank God I'm not on my other channel. I could have lost everything. I can't afford that. Anyway, if you think we're going to switch to individualized Genmo when we have just charged you with vaxing in 5 classes of individuals, targeting bloodline with vegetabilism on 2/5 of the occurrence, and believe that you're not going to do the same thing with the Genmo. We can't figure it out. We just can't figure that one out. No, you're normalizing its presence in 3 of the 5 classes and convincing them they're powerless to stop it. So just to enjoy, because you need global, but you really only need 1/5 of stuff. You have 1/5 of the planet, your 2/5 population that are the upper classes, not the 6th and 7th, of course. That's you. Your upper. Again, they said they want the 7 streams that they're busting the world into. 2 of them are private. 5 of them are fucking well managed. 2 of the 5 think they have fucking benefits. A third is just a buffer, and the other 2 die within instants or live as vegetables. And we're never the 5 shall meet. That's why the whole world, though it's connected, is completely disconnected still. When you look at the internet, because of all the hate, the craziness that the average citizen is getting accused of, hacking, bottism, like all of it, hate speech, just misinformation, fake news, it's not coming from the humans. But all of that, instead of connecting the world, figuring out the private room, figuring out how to make it consensual, to let someone pull out when they feel unsafe and alert someone to a harmful. Again, we don't need moderated, we don't need tagged, we don't need disinformed, we don't need. I'm not even going to give the social credit thing, what do you call it, any of my time. But I will say this, DEI has been designed to target the differently abled and isolate them socially. They are writing out the disabled from the social class right now, but they know they're going to need disabled people to fill the prisons and hospitals, which are mental institutions, not prisons, technically. And the rest are just Hiltons to move their immigrants through. You need fast housing for some immigrants? Okay, we'll give you Gitmo. Yeah, they're all going north, buddy. They're developing up there. There's no more north. This secret barren wonderland. It's just a portal. It's just a portal to near space. And if soft disclosure comes, it'll be a soft disclosure, very well maintained, very well controlled. And they don't want to give us that because they've been here for 5,000 years, actively perpetuating in all of the channels for 350. And the full disclosure will never come, and we'll never get to the cosmos. It's just such a tragedy what is happening on this planet right now. I'm so disappointed to have not got to work on that project of getting people moving when they're impoverished. What a thing that would have been, how it could have sung. Kids, you're not supposed to forget how to work amongst each other to make sure everybody, there is no genetic alteration. It's vibrational medicine. It doesn't need to be a permanent scar that tricks the immune system and perpetuates within the human and coincidentally verifies their bioenergy. And oh my God. Anyway, it's too tragic to speak about. It's so hard to witness and see so many people stop trying to figure it out because they know that's what's being asked of them. Just stop. Just stop where you're at and get tagged. You need to be tagged into your 5 classes officially. And this needs to happen through a quick assessment of your digital content right now. And if you've got forms attached through your health card to any major system. Anyway, it is what it is. I just wish it wouldn't take so fucking long to play out and have to fucking create so much damage in its wake every single second with the rhetoric. Oh yeah, no, that's a missile that crashed in the Pentagon. That wasn't a self-driving fucking plane or anything. Or it was, it was a girl, it was a plane, it was a self-driving plane, it was a self-driving, it wasn't, it was. Yeah, nobody knows, nobody cares, nobody talks, everybody saw it, everybody planned it, but they're still getting off on it. Okay, perfect. Yeah, no, that works for me. Thanks, I tried to get involved, I guess. Let's see, what can I be force-fed next? Good night, thank you for listening. Love you lots.